Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN, and today Arsenal draw 0-0 with Newcastle, and I don't even know where to start. I don't know what Bukaria decisions are. I don't even know what more I'm mad at. Is it that the Arsenal players only turned up for 20 minutes in the first half of this game and didn't deserve to win in terms of the way that we played football? Or am I more angry as to what is going on with VAR, what is going on with referees in this country? I don't normally talk about VAR and referees. 2 stonewall penalties that are not given. Yes, you can look at the game and say, you know what, we didn't do enough. First 20 minutes, Arsenal are playing very good football, pressing, leading, driving at Newcastle, driving them back into their box, creating chances. We were sloppy with the final balls. We were sloppy when we had the chances. Odegaard scuffing chances, Xhaka scuffing chances. But at the end of the day, how can you pull Gabriel like that in the box, drag him down, rip his shirt, and it's not given? What is VAR doing? What are they doing? What are they watching? Are they waiting for the new season of Game of Thrones? Are they waiting for the new season of Power? What is going on here? Mas qual porcaria am I watching right now? Do you know what I'm saying? And then the second penalty as well. Xhaka driving into the box, the last minutes of the game. And then the Newcastle player goes down, sticks his arm out. It's a clear penalty. Why does that not get checked? Why is that not getting checked? Why can't we see what they are seeing? Because I don't understand in what angle you can't see that's a handball. At the end of the day, did we turn up for 90 minutes of the game? No. Based on our performance, did we deserve to win the game? No. We were not good today. In the final third, we weren't clinical enough. A lot of our last balls into the box, every time we were sparking a counter-attack, wasn't good enough today. Odegaard, a player that I've been rating a lot this season, that I've criticised a lot in the past, has turned up against West Ham in other games, Brighton, etc. Today, not good enough. Granit Xhaka today as well, not good enough. They only turned up in certain spells, but overall not good enough. But that doesn't take away that a penalty is a penalty. A foul in the box is a foul in the box. It's not good enough. We brought VAR into the game to eradicate these decisions. That we don't need to be arguing after a game. Was it a pen? Was it not? Did the referee not see it? Why is VAR not looking back on it? And if they are, why can't we see what they see? Why is it smoke and mirrors? Why is it that we can't see what they are seeing? It is ridiculous today. It is on. Why did Mikel Arteta only make 1 substitution today in bringing on another defender for a defender when Ben White wasn't even having a bad game? Why did you do that? Why didn't you bring Fabio Vieira? Something that a lot of people have been raving that Fabio Vieira is this and that. Why didn't he come on? Why didn't players like Marquinhos come on? Why are we not going for the points? We could have made ourselves 10 points clear of Man City and we dropped points at home. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense because this bench isn't good enough. And this is why this manager doesn't believe in this bench, because they're not good enough. Exactly what I've been saying. We've done excellent to get to this point. But ultimately, when you bring on the bench players like we did against Brighton, we almost messed up that game. And in this game, why is this manager not bringing on Fabio Vieira? Why is he not bringing on the attackers that we do have on the bench? You brought him in. Bring him on. We need to win the game. We lost the game after 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, Newcastle started fouling Nketiah, fouling Saka, clamping us down every time we sparked a counter-attack. And Arsenal, we were unable to rise above that and continue breaking them down. We started committing fouls. I think after 40 minutes, there was already almost 8 yellow cards or something given within 40 minutes. We fell for what Newcastle wanted to do, and that was to stifle us and stop us playing through. And stop us playing our game and get us to foul. But I don't care if we didn't perform for 90 minutes. It's no excuse for 2 stonewall penalties to not be given. I want an explanation and I want it now. What porcaria is this? We're in a title race. Yes, we didn't play amazing football like we played against West Ham in the second half, like we played against Brighton. Yeah, I understand that. But at the end of the day, a penalty is a penalty. You can't be dragging man down like that, the way that Gabriel got dragged down, but I think it was Burns, and it's not given and it's not reviewed. I can understand why Arteta was vexed. But Arteta, I'm angry at you, why you didn't change things a lot quicker. Why you didn't change things up and actually go for it. Throw the kitchen sink at it. We are competing against Manchester City. for this title, and I want to win the title. I want to go for the title. Did I believe? No. But slowly, match by match, I'm starting to believe more and more. But where is plan B, Arteta? As soon as plan A isn't working, there is no plan B. It's not acceptable. Change it up. Change it up. Yeah, you might not have all the players that you want on the bench because in the last transfer window, you didn't do what needed to be done. But at the end of the day, go for it. You have all those substitutions. Why do you not use them? Why do you not bring on more attackers? There's no excuse for that. And I don't care what anyone comes out with. No porcaria, no merda. I'm not even taking it today. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Certain players today going missing. Odegaard going missing. Shanking his shots. The same with Granit Xhaka. We could have deaded this game off. What pisses me off is in the first 20, 25 minutes, we had enough opportunities for Martinelli, for Xhaka, for Odegaard to put this game to bed. Yeah? Jashta. 3-point collectors. But instead, we didn't put it to bed. Eddie Nketiah had opportunities today to bury it, and he didn't. What is going on? What is going on? And the manager needs to rectify things when things aren't going right. I get you have a style of play, but Newcastle were more than happy to sit back and frustrate us, and we had no answers to rattle them. Instead of putting a fullback that's going to overlap, why are you bringing on Tomiyasu? And I saw my guy get skinned as well in this game. Why are you bringing on Tomiyasu? Why? This guy, it's not like he had a great performance against Brighton. He was one of the main reasons why we almost lost the game against Brighton. Why is he coming on? Why is it that he's coming on and we're not putting on an attacker, a midfielder, a strike? I know we ain't got no more strikers, but a winger. Why are we not doing that? I don't understand. And this is why I keep my powder dry about this manager. Because I need to see more. You've done great to get us into this position. But then you need to coach your way. I'm not seeing the right level of coaching when things aren't going right. I'm not seeing it. We turned it around against West Ham. Why can't we do it against these lot? Now, don't get me wrong. Newcastle have got the best defense in the league, and I get it. But at the end of the day, we are at home. We're in a title challenge. We need to make sure that we do everything that's possible. And Arteta doesn't have an answer after plan A. He doesn't have an answer. Who can tell me that it's okay for this manager to not bring on an attacker when it's 0-0 and they're just clamping us down, racking up yellow cards? Now, let me say something. Even before the penalties, the referee was having a shocker. But I'm not going to put it only down to the referee. If we did what we needed to do within that first 20 to 30 minutes in the first half, this game would have been dead and buried. And the fact that we didn't get 2 penalties would have been irrelevant because we would have put them to the sword. We didn't. And now we're starting to see that not having a star striker, not having a lethal striker, which is why when we bought Jesus, I kept banging on. I kept saying it, that we need another striker, a clinical striker, someone that just is more of a killer in front of goal than Jesus. Now we're seeing that it's certain games, it is necessary. It is necessary. People are trying to tell me, oh, Eddie Nketiah, he scored in the last game, he scored in the game before that. Ultimately, he's not clinical enough. He's done okay with the chances that he's got given. But ultimately, when the goals dry up from the midfield, from the wingers, we need a clinical striker. We need it. And we don't have it because we don't plan like that. We plan one striker and that is it. And now it's come to bite us in the arse. I kept saying the fact that we didn't get another striker is going to bite us in the arse. January transfer window's open now and I'm expecting Edu and Arteta to go out there and get me a clinical goal scorer. That is what I expect. Because this is what I'm saying. In certain games, you need different tools in the tool bag. That is what you need, yeah? Yes, you can have a Jesus. I know he's injured at the moment. You can have a Jesus and an Nketiah to a certain degree that can get the ball, bring other players into play, bring other players into the game. But you also need a striker that is a killer so that when everybody else's goals dry up, they can score the goals. And we don't have that. I kept saying that this bench ain't good enough. Against Brighton, they almost threw it away when after 60 minutes, this manager takes off Partey and takes off both of our wingers. Why? What is going on? Zinchenko today as well. Defensively, suspect today. Suspect today defensively. Not good enough. Yes, he done 1-2 little good runs, but ultimately not doing enough. Not helping Martinelli enough. Martinelli today, anonymous. Must give porcaria the performance that I see today from Martinelli. No, tô cansado, mo. Tô cansado. What is going on? We're in the title race, boys. Wake up. Martinelli was poor. Every time he got the ball, his cross was poor. His passes were poor. Odegaard, the same thing. Going missing. Every time that guy received the ball, poor passes, poor crosses. Martinelli taking way too many chances. It's not good enough. Nketiah with a one-on-one chance with the goalkeeper. He scuffs it. You're in the box one-on-one with the goalkeeper. You have to score that. This is your bread and butter. You have to score that. I'm sorry. It's not good enough. There's blame all around. The only ones I don't feel I can blame for anything right now is Gabriel in this game, Partey, and I actually think Ben White had a good game. I don't understand why he came off. I actually think Ben White had a good game. I think Saka was trying to make things happen, but wasn't clinical enough today. But he was actually making things happen in comparison to Martinelli. And I rate Martinelli. And I have been giving Odegaard the respect. But this is what I'm saying. It's, Odegaard, listen, it's easy doing it against West Ham and Brighton. Now you're coming up against a Newcastle team that's very well drilled, know exactly how to get under our skin and how to defend as a unit. It's not so easy. These are the games I need you to come up. These are the games I need to start balling, caramba. A fazer uma coisa de mágico. Tem que fazer magia, pá. You have to do some magic, bro. You have to be more consistent. And this is what I've been saying about Odegaard. He's done very well. I've even said he's been our best player this year. But we needed you to turn up, Odegaard, and you didn't turn up, bro. He wasn't the only one. But this is something that I've been criticizing this guy about. It's not good enough. We fell for the Newcastle trap today. Getting involved in what they wanted to do, in going for them. We got rattled. As soon as they weren't allowing us to pass our way through them, we got rattled. Burns was fouling. All of them were fouling. They were just looking for the foul, breaking down our counter-attack, not letting us play. We need to know how to play through that. We can't just expect that teams are going to allow us to play free-flowing football all the time. We have to know another plan B. And Arteta, I'm not seeing the plan B from this guy. I'm not seeing it, caramba. The referee, listen, I don't moan about the referee because all the teams get the same referees eventually. All teams get stupid mistakes, clear penalties not given their way, some given for them, some not. But I'm sorry, the referee today was beyond atrocious. The first half, nobody respected the referee. You can see the fouls, people giving away stupid fouls, diving in, taking people out. The way up we were getting, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Why is it that VAR, has to be a mystery like this is CSI? Why is it? Why can't we see what you see? Why are the referees not mic'd up so we can hear what they're saying? Why is it so secretive? Because I tell you what, in rugby, you hear what the referee wants we're hearing. You see what the referee's seeing when he goes to the monitor. So why can't we have it on football? When football is, I don't even know how many more times bigger than rugby. Produce way more money than rugby. Why are they advanced in the way that they manage their game and we are not? I'm sick and tired of this. And the thing is, I'm sick and tired of this for all teams. What is the point? I'd rather not have VAR. So that way we can actually go back to, you know what, the referee didn't even see it. 2 penalties, 2 clear penalties. And this referee and the VAR team are going to say that they didn't see it. What are they doing? Catching up on episodes of Friends or something? Nah, these fools that puta have cost me 2. We dropped 2 points today because of these flipping referees and VAR that are incompetent. How are you incompetent at playback? How can you play back the video and still not see a clear tackle? Explain to me. How can you get something in video evidence, play it back, then play it back, then play it, and still miss it? Please, Deus me ajuda, Nossa Senhora Fátima do céu, porque eu não estou a entender essa porcaria. We're in a flipping title race, but I want to win the league. Now, I'm not excuse. It's not the referee's fault that we didn't turn up for 90 minutes. We only turned up for 20, 25 minutes. That's not the referee's fault. But it is the referee's fault, and it is VAR's fault for when there are fouls to not give them. It is atrocious, man. I'm vexed. I'm absolutely vexed, man. Vexed because I've been having a good time seeing my team competing for the league, going for it, proving me wrong, which is what I want. I want him to prove me wrong. I want Arteta to prove me wrong that, he is good enough to get us a league title. I want Granit Xhaka to keep proving me wrong. I want Odegaard to keep proving me wrong because then my team, my club, wins major honours. That's all I care about. I care more about that than me being right. I love this club. I care about this club. But when you're putting up performances like that, it's not good enough. Take away the 2 penalties just for a second. Was that performance good enough? Was it good enough? Or did we play into Newcastle's hands? Then you look at the players. Did they do enough? All of them. All of our attackers, did they do enough? No. Then you look at the manager. One substitution and it's a defender when we're chasing the game. Is that good enough? Having players on the bench, whether I think they're good enough or not, go for it. Go for it. I can't knock you for going for it. But when you're bringing on another defender, and when you're bringing on Tomiyasu, especially a defender that's not even on form, why is Tierney on the bench and we're not bringing on Tierney? Why are we not bringing on Tierney? If you're going to bring a fullback, bring on Tierney that's going to overlap, give, and help out Martinelli. We already know that he works the best with Martinelli. Zinchenko wasn't having a great game, getting skinned at certain times. It's not good enough, Garamba. I'm vexed now. I'm not cansado dessa porcaria. That is ridiculous. These points all count at the end of the season. These two vital points could be the difference between us winning the league and coming second or third or whatever, and flopping the league. Now I'm done with this. I'm done. Let's get into the game and what happened in the game, because I'm done. My head is hurting. I'm pounding. I'm getting hot. I'm about to start moving some furniture on this bitch. Let me have a little sip of my rum and coke because I'm done with this. Absolutely done with this. Xhaka had a chance in the box, but took an extra touch and then shot. That was in the first half. Yeah, and it's like Granit Xhaka just hit it first time, bro. When you're in the box, you don't have the time sometimes to take the first touch. Just hit it straight away. Just hit it. Make the goalkeeper work for it. Extra touch, the goalkeeper, the defender closes him down, and that's Granit Xhaka's chance gone. You know what I'm saying? High studs from Wilson on Saliba. I mean, how's the referee? I mean, come on. Dangerous play. He's late to it, and the studs are almost chest high. What is going on here? But that's missed. What what's VAR doing? Vacation? What are they on Uber Eats? Are these men on Uber Eats, yeah, ordering the cheeky Nando's or something to the VAR room? What are you man doing? Because you're definitely not watching the game. You're definitely, no pod said you cannot be watching the game. I'll tell you that now. Them man there ordering Nando's. I'm telling you, them man there are ordering 2 for 2 chicken from Sam's Chicken. You know what I'm saying? Meal deals and that. Now I'm done. Odegaard, free kick. Gabriel just sends it wide of the post. We were so close. What a cross by Odegaard for the free kick. And Gabriel just about puts it a bit wide. And I actually, and I'll be real, I've been critical of Saliba and Gabriel. I think they had a lot better games defensively. Saliba still a little bit rocky at certain times, but a lot better. I criticised him for giving a penalty against West Ham. I criticised him for against Brighton that I thought that Saliba and Tomiyasu were both shocking. A lot better in this game. But there was once or twice where he almost got skinned, you know. But a bit of an improvement there from Saliba, in my opinion. Nketiah and Sakia. Look, I'm so vexed, man, saying Sakia, you know. Oh my days. Nketiah and Saka were getting manhandled by Newcastle in that first half. Absolutely manhandled, especially Nketiah. As soon as he touched the ball, they clamped him down. And listen, I can't knock it. Yeah, I can't knock it. Sometimes you got to use the dark arts. We need to be wise enough to overcome that. But what did Arsenal do? We started committing fouls. Granit Xhaka committing fouls. Nketiah committing fouls. You know, everyone just starts committing fouls. Odegaard committing fouls. Like, what's going on here? Have the composure. Ride out the storm. When we was on top of them for the 20 minutes, look at the way Newcastle rid out the storm. They didn't just overreact. They tried to get under our skin and then nullify us. Nullify our counter, which is getting in our face. And now this is the blueprint of how to stop Arsenal now for the rest of the Premier League. If you're coming up against Arsenal, every time they're about to start a counter-attack, just clamp them down. Clamp us down, we'll lose our heads. There's no composure. The manager won't change anything, and things will go your way. Then just put 2 banks of 4, and we're going to struggle to break you down because we don't have a lethal 20-goal this season striker in this team, because we thought that Gabriel Jesus would be enough and never compensated that he would get fatigue or get injured or suspended. And now that we're without him, you can see that. You can see why I was worried about that. And it is what it is. There was a chance where Saliba almost gets caught out and doesn't stand off Joe Linton properly. And he gets skinned by Joe Linton. I'm thinking, bro, like, as much as Joe Linton has improved since Eddie Howe has been there at Newcastle, bro, it's not like this guy's going to burn you for pace. Saliba, just stand off your man, and the guy just slides, and Joe Linton's able to get across him. It's like, come on, Saliba. I'm expecting better from you, my guy. I rate Saliba. But I'm sorry, certain moments like this, you're looking rocky. You're looking rocky. Like, I don't know what's going on there. But he needs to fix up. I know it's his first year in the Prem and stuff, and this is why I don't want to completely just grill him. But at the end of the day, There's no favoritism. If I see someone doing something wrong, I've got to say it. Stand off your man. Don't commit. Man tries to commit, slips, and then Joe Linton threw on goal. We got away with that. We got away with that. Joe Linton, you know. Joe Linton. It wasn't like it was San Maximan that can rip you on the burners. It was Joe Linton. Come on. Got to do better. Got to do better there. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the referee didn't have no control of this game, man. The amount of yellow cards by 40 minutes was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And the silly tackle by Odegaard on Guimaraes was like, come on, Odegaard, man. Come on. You already see that listen, you gotta be smart. You gotta see and read the referee read the game. Odegaard, you're giving a stupid foul to Guimaraes. You can already see the referee is losing control of the game. Newcastle are receiving hella yellow cards. Why are you gonna dive in for? Why are you gonna do that? Why put yourself on a yellow that's unnecessary? They were nowhere near our box. It wasn't like it was a last-ditch tackle, last man. You know what I'm saying? Before they threw on to go. Why do that? Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet, bro. Like, come on. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You know, Burns, this whole game, wanted a penalty when he was fouled by Gabriel in the box. It was no foul. Burns was looking to wind us up, and every opportunity, complain, bitch and moan to the referee that he needed a penalty. Gabriel didn't even touch it. If anything, he fouled Gabriel and he's screaming for a penalty. Is man mad? Is man mad with your box head looking like Rugrats? Is man actually mad looking like Jimmy Neutron? You know what I'm saying? My guy's head looking like Jimmy Neutron asking about what penalty? What penalty, man? So feel that puta. What are you talking about penalty, bro? You've been doing that Burns brother for Newcastle was doing the most fouls in this game. I'm not having it. This feel that puta, bro. He was on a wind up the whole game and cansado. Listen, people, make sure you like and subscribe as you're coming in. I'm just gonna get through all of this and I'm gonna let you lot have your say. And I might even put the link out as well so you lot can jump on, because it's been a while since you lot can jump on, have your say. Make sure you have your camera, make sure you have your mic. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I'm not putting you on. I've had enough. Because today I'm pissed off, and I'm sure most of us are pissed off. I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the bad George. Every time I wear my black shirt, we be winning. Now I wear the old shirt, and it's back to the old ways, back to the banter era again. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not saying that it's a bad result for a draw, but when you can see that we didn't give it our all. We didn't give it our all. For 90 minutes, we didn't give it our all. You know what I'm saying? And it's annoying. Just before half-time, Newcastle corner, Joe Linton almost scores. We had Martinelli marking Joe Linton. Let that sink in. We had Martinelli marking Joe Linton. It's like David marking Goliath, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And luckily, Joe Linton, yeah, just puts it wide because he ain't that clinical. And luckily, that saved us. Whose decision was it? At corners, we put Martinelli marking Joe Linton. Like, I just don't understand it. Why wasn't one of our centre-backs on him? He's like their tallest player, if I'm not mistaken. Him or probably Burns. Why have we got Martinelli? That's like 5'8" or something, marking him. Like, this doesn't make no sense. And the second half, why did like that goal kick by Ramsdale? Like, you receive the ball, you can see their press, but just kick it out, bro. I hate when goalkeepers do this. Like, obviously we didn't pay for it, but it's just these silly mistakes. Like, what are you doing, Ramsdale? Kick it out, caramba. Shoot the ball, pa. Porra. Caramba, pa. No. I don't know what Ramsdale was doing, and he's always got this in his locker sometimes. It's just a rush of blood to the head, and then all of a sudden it gets closed down. Just kick it out, bro. Kick it out. Relieve the pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Almiron crosses the ball to Wilson, but he misses. Where was Zinchenko? Poor defending. This is what I'm saying. Zinchenko was not marking his man. Going forward, yeah, he was. You could see he done the typical, when he goes forward, Granit Xhaka covers for him at left back. When Granit Xhaka goes forward, he then covers back at left back. But defending in certain aspects for Zinchenko, I'm sorry, bro. Just leave Tierney in there, Arteta. Stop playing with him and Zinchenko. When we're up against a team that we can completely dominate, which is not Newcastle because they're flying this season, then yeah, you can put a Zinchenko. But when we're playing against a team like this that's flying, that's got players that can hurt us, just play Tierney. He has better chemistry with Martinelli. He's better at defensively than Zinchenko, and he's just as good at going forward as Zinchenko. He's good at overlapping. Just play the guy. Why change up the thing and make it difficult? Why? I just don't understand. Odegaard gets another opportunity in the box like he had in the first half. Skies it. Every opportunity that guy had today in the box, He couldn't even get it on target. The minimum I want you to do is at least get it on target, make the goalkeeper work for it. My guy's scuffing it. Every time Odegaard receiving the ball in the box, scuffing it. Trying to hit one of the Sky satellites up in the sky. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? This ain't rugby. Nah, come on, Odegaard. You've been our best player this season, but this game, absolutely trash from Odegaard. Absolute trash. I will fight anyone that tells me it's not. Absolute trash from Odegaard. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Let me put the link out. So when I get into you lot's comments, whoever wants to jump on, I'm putting the link out now for everyone to jump on. Put your mic and camera on if you want to have your say today. Because I've just had enough. I had enough. Burns once again fouling, this time pulling down Gabriel in the box, ripping his shirt. I just don't understand. I don't understand how that doesn't get viewed. You know what I'm saying? And certain people I saw in the comments for the live that I was watching, they checked it. They can't check it. You can't tell me you checked that and you can't see it's clear. When Sky Sports replayed it, they replayed it like 2-3 times. It was so clear that he yanked him down to the ground. My guy yanked him all the way down to the ground. The guy couldn't even jump because he got pulled down so hard and his shirt was getting ripped. Come on. All I'm asking for is fairness. Like, what is going on? And I hate putting on referees because, like I said, if we turned up for 90 minutes, the referee would be irrelevant. It would be irrelevant. If Odegaard took his chance, if Xhaka took his chance, if Martinelli took his chance, we would have already been up 3-0. The 2 penalties would have been like, yeah, all right, cool, it didn't go our way, whatever. But we didn't. So then when you don't turn up, when a team doesn't turn up for 90 minutes, you hold yourself at the mercy of the referee. Why would you do that? The only thing as a team that you're in control of is your tactics, your substitutions, and your own personal performance. So why not give 100%? Why leave it to these referees that we've been saying are not good enough? That VAR is a system that doesn't work, that came in to make the game simpler and is making it more complicated. You need to perform. Martinelli today, I got onto Odegaard. Martinelli today was absolute trash today. Nketiah today, I'm going to get onto his chance. Great ball from Xhaka to Martinelli, yeah? Passes it to Odegaard, and Odegaard makes another crap pass. And it was a great counter-attack. What are you doing today, Odegaard? I really don't know. Granit Xhaka, with a good through pass into Eddie Nketiah. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he hits it straight at the goalkeeper. This is what I'm saying. This guy can only do tap-ins, bro. This guy just a tap-in merchant. We need you to be more clinical. You're supposed to be fighting Gabriel Jesus for his spot. What is the weakness about Gabriel Jesus? He's not the most clinical striker that there is out there. So make yourself that guy. But you're not. You're not. Come on, you can't have an opportunity in the box. I know the goalkeeper did well to make himself big and block the shot. But come on, Caramba. You've got to do better in Nketiah. You've got to do better. You've got to do better. We are in a title challenge. You've got to bury that. In the box, one-on-one, Granit Xhaka just threaded the ball through for you. You've got to score. I'm sorry. You are a striker. You have to bury that. And this is why I said we need another striker, because we can't just go on with Eddie Nketiah and wait for Gabriel Jesus to come back. We can't. People want to talk about 1-2 games. I'm talking about the duration of a season. It takes you performing week in, week out of a season to win the league. This guy has shown time and time again he can't do it. He can't do it week in, week out. But that's what it takes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Granit Xhaka dives into the box, and like I've already said, puts in a cross. A Newcastle player just, slide tackling, puts his arm like that as he goes down, hits his arm, and it's not given. But in what planet? No, meu Deus, Nossa Senhora Fátima do céu, eu juro. Get rid of this VAR. Eu juro, por Deus, get rid of this VAR. Yeah? Eu juro, get rid of this VAR porcaria. I'm sick and tired of it. Let's go back to football how it was in the 90s, in the 80s. I'm done with VAR. I'm done with this crap. I'm sick and tired of it. Something has to be done. Not just for Arsenal, but just for football in general. I'm sick and tired of it. I can swallow it more when we didn't have VAR, the referee don't see it. I can swallow that more and say, you know what? He's only human. He may have missed it. Yeah, I'll be pissed off. Yeah, I'll still moan about it a little bit, but I can accept that. I can't accept that we have cameras everywhere. We've got drones. We've got all this technology, but things are still getting missed. How? How? I just don't understand what is going on. VAR, bro, them man are using that, bro. They must be having Netflix and chill in the VAR room. That's all I'm saying. They're having Netflix and chill in the VAR room. That is what they're doing. Netflix and chill, chilling there, ordering on Uber Eats, you know what I'm saying, or Deliveroo, getting a two-piece chicken meal, you know what I'm saying, chilling with the man then. They ain't watching the game. They're not watching the game. They're not watching it. I don't care what no one says. They're not watching the game. I don't know how you can watch the game and do these kind of stupid mistakes week in, week out, not just for Arsenal. But this isn't majority of games throughout the season. It's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. The amount of money in football and the amount of so-called professionals, and we can't get this right. Nah, fuck all of this off, man. And you know what? Get rid of them. Get rid of the English referees. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Stupid ass, pathetic levels of managing games. I'm done with it. I'm going to get into you lot's comments. I'm done, bro. I'm done. You know what, yeah? I might even go get a blend because I'm actually sick and tired. 2 seconds. Let me go get my cigarette because I'm actually fuming. Sick and tired of this, man. Absolutely sick and tired of this, bro. These man, I swear down, Arteta better give me an explanation as to why we're not making the substitutions that we should be making. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with it. I'm going to get into you lot's comments. Nah, it's pathetic, bro. Pathetic. Arteta, the one thing I said is organize the bench. The bench is dross. Make better decisions, quicker decisions. Newcastle were making quicker decisions than we were. Newcastle were making changes before we was. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. What time? I can't even remember because my blood was boiling. I can't even remember what time they made the changes. Hold on. Let me check this. Let me check this now. Yeah? Let me check this because I'm sick and tired of it. Bro, look at this. Within already 68 minutes, they're making changes. We made a change at 76 minutes. Who's going for the title this season? Who's gone? Is it the team that makes a change after 76 minutes when they're drawing the game? Or the team that's making 2 substitutions at 68 minutes? To be honest, you shouldn't even get... Both of them are late substitutions. But what is going on? What is going on here? I just don't understand. Like, it's not acceptable. I don't care. People want fans like me to be loading up when it's going good, and I do. But let's also keep the same energy and keep it real and call out the bullshit when it ain't going right and this manager's looking lost. You got Marquinhos on the bench. You got Tini on the bench. Yeah? You got Lokonga, Fabi Vieira on the bench. Yeah? Use some of them. If not all of them, use some of them. That's what the substitutions are there for. Use them. And if the bench ain't good enough, then why didn't we do more business when I was demanding for this club to do more business in the summer transfer window? It's not... I'm done, bruv. I'm done. Let me get into you lot's comments, bro. I'm done, bruv. I'm done. Right now, I'm sweating buckets. I'm stressed. You know what I'm saying? Look at my hair. My hair's looking stressed. Look. But my hairline is about to be receding quick. Because of this stress, bro. I can't believe it, man. We could have went 10 points clear. We could have went 10 points clear. Fuck's sakes. Absolute shite north side. Once again, no proper goal scorer in the box. No goals. Also, no game changer from the bench to call upon. No depth. All thanks to Arteta and Edu. You warned the fans. Bro, I've been saying it, bro. And I'm not the only one. Arsenal man, big up. We've been saying this. But you know what? When the going is good, you know what you're called? Fans like us, we're negative. You don't want to give Arteta a chance, man. No. I see the weaknesses in my squad and I expect it to be rectified. Yeah, I understand not everything can be rectified, but at the end of the day, it's unacceptable for this manager to be in a game where we're drawing that we need to get points that we're going to push us on to be 10 points clear of Man City and to only bring on a defender when we're chasing the game. It's unacceptable that you've created a bench to be that dead and didn't do more that needed to be done when us fans were demanding it in the summer and you thought it was okay to have a bench of Marquinhos and Lokonga and Fabio Vieira and Rob Holding and all these men there. It's your fault. It's a lack of planning. It's not good enough. It ain't good enough. It ain't. I'm sorry. It ain't. Arteta once again failed to beat Eddie Howe. It's a joke, bro. It's an absolute joke. I'm fuming. Instead of listening to logical facts, these fans bite back with, oh, you're negative. Oh, you're so negative. BS. Bro, I want to hear what they got to say. But you know what the excuse is going to be? Oh, it's because of VAR. Nah, we didn't turn up. And this manager didn't try to change things. He didn't try to change things. Because anyone that's telling me that bringing on Tomiyasu was a good swap for Ben White, bro, come on. I haven't been the biggest fan of Ben White, but Ben White on the wings has actually been a good performer. And I actually think he played well once again in this game. So I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Odegaard, world class, they say. As a fellow Norwegian, he's the most frustrating player I've seen play for Norway. Goes missing against the big nations and big teams. This is what I'm saying. Like, he's sourcing against others. And listen, I'll give Odegaard praise that this season he's done a lot of things that I wanted him to do. He's been driving at attackers. He's upped his assists. He's upped his goals. I'll give him that praise. When praise is due, I praised him. 2 games in a row, I said he's man of the match. This game, he's down there with one of the worst players today. For me, Partey, Ben White, Gabriel were the ones that had a good game. You know what I mean? Saka was all right. I don't think Saka was amazing. Saka was all right. It was a lot better than Martinelli. The rest of them were trash. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm done. Football. Some Arsenal fans are too reactive. They want to give anyone world class, and I'm not having it. World class turn up week in, week out. World class turn up when you need a performance against a big team or one of your rivals. They turn up. You know what I'm saying? We need to sign a striker ASAP. Facts, Craig. We do, bro. It's a fact, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He scooped a shot into the stand. He did another miss hit, which ended up a decent pass. That's about it. That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, man's laughing. World-class pass. Bro, it's all mad right now. Well done, Newcastle. Big up my bro, though. Hit the like button, people. Make sure you hit the like button, people. Bro, are you not as vexed as me? I want to win the league, man. I want to win the league. I've been telling people I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong about this manager. I want to be wrong about, things aren't, weren't going the way I needed them to go at Arsenal. I want to be wrong. But I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not going to debate that we should have been rewarded 2 penalties. That's a fact. But why did we only turn up for 25 minutes and then we started playing within our shell? The second half was atrocious. The second half was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic from us. Apart from the Nketiah chance, what other clear chance did we make in the first half? Like, come on, man. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. VAR wanting Man City or another team to win. Bro, it's just VAR in general, bro. Need some signings. This is what I'm saying. Big up to you, Fear of Black London. Bro, we've been saying this. We've been saying this. You know what I mean? Newcastle knew they had to survive the first 20 minutes. Even I would game plan for that. This is what I'm saying. They're happy, man. They want it. The form that we've been in and the fact that they're away from home, they're more than happy. Did you see the way their fans were celebrating, bro? Big up to the Newcastle fans, because I actually like Newcastle as a club. And I think as a fan base, they've been treated like crap by their previous owner. So they deserve all the good that's coming their way. Do you know what I'm saying? But we should have smoked them today. Not all doom and gloom. No, it's not all doom and gloom. But everything that we've been saying that this team needed to look out for, they didn't. And it's in certain games now, it's starting to look like it's catching up to us. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. But Marcus' second goal against Wolves was ruled out due to handball. That was way less handball than that one. I don't know what a handball is anymore. Get consistent VAR. Well, I haven't even seen it. I'll be real with you, because I've seen the Arsenal game and then obviously I set up the live, my match reaction. I haven't even seen it, bro. But I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Our bench is dead. Referees were whack. But honestly speaking, we were shocking in the final third. They came to get a 0-0 and they got it. Get Mudryk done and move on to Felix. ESR back soon also. We have to. We have to. We have to, man. D1, I enjoyed the result. Bro, I already know you enjoyed the result, bro. I already know you enjoyed the result, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's this? Look at this banter already, man. Banter already. Poor guys are tired. I'm
What, are you trying to say the Arsenal players are tired? I'm not hearing none of that. I'm not hearing none of that. Tierney and Vieira sitting on the bench while Zinchenko and Odegaard drop stinkers. It just doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. I didn't begrudge Odegaard starting, but it's like, if they're dropping a stinker, then change it up. You take off Ben White, and I thought Ben White was having a decent game. It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Why is Zinchenko put in the box to mark Dan Burns? There was a foot height difference. Luckily, didn't cost us. Bro, it's mad. It's mad. And for anyone that may feel like, oh, I'm overreacting, bro, when you're in a title race, you got to capitalize on every opportunity that you get. Odegaard needs to step up. When Northside transitions into Portuguese ranch, you know he's not a happy bunny. Bro, I'm done, bro. I'm fuming, bro. I'm fuming. I'm fucking fuming. Big up, bro. So am I, man. You know what I mean? Like, bro, look, everyone feels the same, bro, because we want to go for the title. We want to go for the title. We're not petty like these Arteta sexuals, bro, like about being right and wrong. We don't care. We want the club to flip and do what they need to do to win the league. That's what we want. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we care about. The club is the star. It's not good enough. Arsenal Manic, no Arsenal fan is a happy bunny, but every team picks up crappy results. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I expect a performance. If we lose and we gave it our all, I can accept that. But when you're not giving your all, when you're not doing everything that you need to do to win the game, then I have a problem. I have a problem then. That's when I have a problem. We didn't turn up today. We didn't turn up, because if we did turn up, I think we could have beat them, but we didn't turn up. And then we're relying on VAR, and that's going to be the narrative. All the violins are going to be flipping coming out, and for the next couple of days on social media, it's going to be loads of Arsenal fans crying about it, when in reality, we need to look at ourselves. We need to look at ourselves. Why didn't we push on for more signings in the summer? Why didn't we push for a clinical striker in the summer? So that when we have games like this where we're struggling to score, we've got a striker that's more than likely going to score the goals and get us the win. Even an ugly win, even a 1-0, I would have taken that. I don't care. In a title challenge, sometimes you need to know how to win ugly. You're not always going to win 4-0, 5-0, all these, sometimes you need a little 1-0s. You know what I'm saying? You need to win out. You need to know how to win ugly. This team still hasn't shown me that they know how to win ugly. And that's because we're not prepared as a squad. We're not prepared to win ugly. We don't have the tools. What's this here? Regardless of the pen shouts, we didn't score from open play in 95 minutes. Need strikers. Edu and Arteta, it's on you. Facts. Deji will have something to roast us on. Yeah, hopefully I can get Deji on tomorrow. It was going to be today, but obviously Arsenal were playing, so it is what it is. The rival show will be tomorrow. But he can't really chat too much because his team lost, innit? We still didn't lose, but it is what it is. These are the type of games where players like Mudryk come in handy. Bro, I don't even know if Mudryk would have been the guy that would have changed the game. We needed a striker. He's more of a winger. You know what I mean? He's not a clinical striker. He's not a clinical striker, in my opinion. And we don't know how great he is. This is the type of game that if you had someone, I know we can't get Ivan Toney, but if you had Ivan Toney or a more clinical striker that knows the Premier League, that can come in and do a job straight away, would have changed the game today. But we don't have that. We don't have that. You know what I mean? Why did he buy Vieira and not bring him on? Exactly. It's his player. It's not even like it's not his player. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. I just hope tonight's result will not be the start of a bad run. Me too. Me too. But January transfer window is open. I expect some signings. I expect some signings. And keyword, signings. Not a signing, signings. I still don't think Mudryk is enough. Yes, we get rotation for the wingers. We need a striker. We need a striker. That's all I'm saying. Interesting, we needed a goal, and Fabio Vieira cost 35 mil, didn't come on. Ref was shocking today. VAR went to sleep. VAR was getting dominoes, bro. They were all doing dominoes, bro. They were chilling. Them feelers that put they don't care. They're all doing dominoes, bro. To win the league titles, we have to be beating Newcastle at home. I thought Saka was poor tonight. We need to get a striker in. Eddie's not good enough. Massive 2 games coming up. Exactly. Is Eddie going to be able to perform? We got Spurs around the corner. Like, I know they're not looking amazing. I know they lost the other day, but still, I just don't know. I don't know. What's this here? Eddie Nketiah is good, but he didn't offer too much in that final. Bro, he's a striker, bro. That's the bread and butter of a striker. He needs to turn up. And I just, Like I said, I don't think this guy can do it consistently. Yeah, he can get you a couple of goals here and there, but ultimately, he can't consistently, week in, week out, give you the goals that you need to be competing for a league title. Everyone rates Man City, so you already know the levels you need to be at to be going up toe-to-toe for them for a title challenge. And is Eddie Nketiah at that level? Did we need it to get to this point to know that? Because I knew that way before he even signed his new contract and got number 14 on his back. Like, I don't know. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Newcastle have been the only team in the Prem to perfect this tactic north side. Other teams won't be able to copy this so easily and implement it against us. Bro, I'm not too sure about that, bro. I'm really not too sure about that. Newcastle are a good team. They drew with City, United, beat Tottenham and Chelsea, so can't be too disappointed. Bro, I'm disappointed that we didn't... I've been saying, let's see what they do in January, bro. We've already now seen that we've dropped some points by not having a killer up front. If these men only buy Mudryk, it looks like the Mudryk deal will get done this week. If we only get Mudryk, and that is it, I'm going to be fuming. Because that ain't good enough. That ain't good enough. I need another striker. Minimum alongside that. Minimum. Even then, I'm still vexed. I'm still vexed because I still feel like we need another CDM or another deep line playmaker because we have no rotation for Xhaka and for Partey. So let's see. Let's see. And people say, oh, well, will you be a negative? Well, I called Jesus potentially getting suspended or getting injured. And what would we do in that scenario? So it's not too far-fetched to think that something may, touch wood, happen to Partey or Xhaka. Who's our rotation? Who's the adequate rotation for them? Let me know. Let me know. Because I don't see it amongst this bench. But it is what it is. Arteta with no plan B. Plan B can mean the points that win titles. Facts. Exactly, bro. I couldn't agree. I couldn't say any better. We should have done so much better and not lost composure. This game just revealed how much we need up front. Facts. Arteta needs better options off the bench. I wish they addressed this last summer, for fuck's sakes. So I'm saying, man, we must not fall into a bad run. We cannot afford to have a bad run. No, we can't. We can't. Not against Man City. We can't. What's this? People losing their shit for our second draw against the league's best defense. Jeez, relax. Okay, cool. You tell me relax, yeah? At the end of the season, if we don't win the league. Because I got told relax last season when I said in January to go out there, especially when we got rid of 6 players, to go out there and buy the players that I needed. Relax, Northside. Relax. Relax. Yeah? You're bugging out. Yeah? Oh, this guy's negative. Oh, he's negative. Yeah? We missed out on top 4. So you can keep repeating this, oh, relax, 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 yeah? When I was moaning about it against Leicester, the season that Leicester won the league, if we was proactive and bought the players that were necessary and not waited to the end of the season to be like, oh shit, if we actually strengthened and got the players that we need, we could have won the league. These situations that happen so much as an Arsenal fan. Don't tell me relax, bro. Don't tell me relax. We ain't won the league for like 18, 19 years. Don't tell me relax. Because this is what I'm talking about. When everyone wants to ignore that the bench is weak, ignore that we only have one good striker, and that one good striker isn't even a clinical finisher, and then we drop levels and bring it in Nketiah. When shit hits the fan and we don't meet our objective, what's going to be the excuse? Oh, we're ahead of schedule. No. It's change. Football changes. Yeah? We're in a title race. I expect us to carry on. Put yourself in a position where you can maximize what you've got. Don't put yourself at a disadvantage by not buying players in positions that we clearly need strengthening in. It's ridiculous. Why would you set yourself up for that? But this is what we've done. So am I surprised by this? I'm not. I'm not surprised by this because this is something that I called out. But you know what? Hopefully you're right. I hope you're right because ultimately, like I said, I want my club to win. I can give a shit if I'm right or wrong. But I call it as I see it. I call it as I honestly see it. And a lot, not just me, a lot of you in the chat, big up to all of you, drop by Leach, we've seen it. Some man saying, no, man's losing their head and all that. Bruv, how long has it been? How long has it been? How long has it been since we won the league? Yeah? When's the last time we went into a transfer window and actually got the business that needs to be done? And why is it at the end of every season, do we not always say, we needed a striker, we needed a DM, we needed a cam, we needed a centre-back, we always need something, bruv. So come on, less of that, yeah? Less of that. Because I didn't start supporting Arsenal yesterday. I've been supporting them since the 90s, bro. So I'm not hearing none of that chat. Odegaard almost made us go down to 10 man. Blatant, stupid pullback of the shirt was unnecessary in the first half. Then almost done the same in the second half. Luckily, the player didn't take a dive. So I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you know Dan Burns plays like that. You know when he was at Brighton, he did like 3 times against us to Mahrez. But this is what I'm saying. We need to be able to handle that because certain teams are going to come to stifle us. What is the plan B is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I get exactly what you're saying, bro. But what is the plan B? What is the plan B? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm really not. You know, the plan B is if Arsenal don't win, we're just going to blame VAR. And like I said, we deserve 2 penalties. But we should also be turning up for 90 minutes. The manager should be able to bring on players, especially players that he bought, like Lokonga, like Fabio Vieira, like Marquinhos. He should trust these players that he brought, he chose to come into this. What's the clear things that Arteta and Edu always say? We want to buy the right player. So why is it Fabio Vieira not the right player to come on when we're chasing the game? Why is Lokonga not the right player to come on when we chase the game? When you're so, we don't want to panic buy. That's what I keep hearing all the time. When we don't buy the players that we want, we don't want to panic. We want to buy the right players. So if those players on the bench that you bought, if they're not the right player, why did you buy them? Why did you buy them? I don't get it. I don't get it. Someone make it make sense to me. Zinchenko marking Burns 2 foot shorter. It's mad, bruv. Ramsdale dodgy keeper. Individual performances from the players was just not good enough. Most of the players today was bang average. First 20 minutes, solid. After that, it was not good enough. We can't play to just certain little halves, man. We're in a title challenge. We're supposed to be going for the league. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, it's got to be better, but I completely get you, bro. The pressure is on you lot now, because if we beat Chelsea on Thursday, then it's 5 points. Bro, we need Chelsea to do us a little favor, man. We need Chelsea to at least stifle you to a point. At least. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We should get the job done. We shouldn't be waiting on VAR decisions. We shouldn't be waiting on Chelsea and opposition teams to do us a favor against our nearest title challengers at the moment, which is City. We shouldn't. Come on, man. That's not a sustainable way to consistently get to winning the league. Like, it's not. Getting the well, we didn't get smashed or smoked. Haha, up the Geordies. Listen, big up the Geordie. I'm not knocking Newcastle. At no point have I knocked Newcastle. So listen, I'm not gonna be salty towards Newcastle. It's not Newcastle's fault. They came to do a job and they got what they wanted. They got a draw. So big up to them. They did what they needed to do. Well, City don't too comfortably. What happens if Chelsea beat you? Okay, I get what you're saying. You're very a bit mad, but I get what you're saying, Jay. City can't get too comfortable. Y'all got Chelsea on Thursday. If you lose, it's on y'all. Got Big Boy United on the 14th. I can't lie though, Zinchenko was slotting some nice passes through for you lot, but your attack was sleeping. That's all good, but at the end of the day, he's playing as a left back, yeah, and defensively he was getting caught out, and we're just lucky we got away with it. But I get what you're saying going forward, but ultimately for me, I judge a defender, any defender, which is your fullback or centre back, I judge you first of all in your defensive ability. Yeah, that is the primary. Yeah, attacking, that's secondary. Do you know what I'm saying? And defensively, weren't good enough for me, bro. Why is this zoomed? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Northside, if you lot sign Mudryk, he's gonna be a bench player, or he's gonna start ahead of Martinelli. I think he's gonna be on the bench, and so he should. He has to work his way into the starting lineup. Just because he's coming and gonna cost us a lot of money doesn't mean that he goes straight into the team. In my opinion, you know, you got to earn your right to play. So let's see, man. Go get Zaha, Kudus, Sane, and Gnabry. So I'm saying, if we're serious, we'll see by the end of Jan if we're serious. Instead of forking 85 mil on unproven Ukrainian winger, why not go for Ivan Toney? He offers something different. Listen, I completely agree. The only reason why I think we're not going for Ivan Toney is with this whole scandal with him and these betting allegations and everything else like that. I think maybe there's a reason. Maybe clubs are looking at it and have done a bit of, scouting and you know, doing their own research into what's going on with his allegations and thought, you know, maybe he's not going to win in court with all these allegations and thought, you know what, we can't buy a player that in a couple of months is going to not be able to play or be suspended or whatever. So maybe that might be the reason. But if that's not the reason, then we should be going for Ivan Toney because I'll take it. I really enjoyed the game. D1, I know you enjoyed the game, my guy. I know you enjoyed the game. You know what I'm saying? My guy's here, bro. He's active. Rather Toney and João Felix. Get Taremi from Porto. I heard the price may be below 20 mil. If he was younger, would have cost considerably more. Proper, constant goal scorer, week in, week out in all comps. I just think there's better options. Like, I'd still prefer João Felix. And João Felix, I think, for the loan with the option to buy is what? 10, 15 mil to get him on loan. I'd rather go for him, to be honest with you. I don't think Taremi is a bad shout. I just think there's other players above him that we could go for. I mean, at the end of the day, João Felix is also linked to Man United. Man United, you know, going up against Arsenal, they can offer wages that I don't think that we're going to be willing to pay. I don't see us putting a João Felix on 350k a week and stuff like that. So that might be a reason why João Felix would prefer to go over there. But I mean, we'll see. United only 9 points behind. Go get Felix when you want a man that can dribble in tight spaces. Felix is a baller. I'll take a chance on Felix. I'll take a chance on Felix. Mudryk is going to fix this by himself. You need more. Exactly. I completely agree with that. Bro, when we drew 3-3 with Newcastle earlier on in the season, we should have had 2 pens when Botman fouled Haaland and Joe Linton fouled Mahrez. Bro, I don't know what VAR's doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really don't understand what VAR is doing right now. Bro, did you rate Willock when he was at your club? Nah, I don't really rate Willock like that. I can't lie to you. Like, I don't think he's all that. But he's doing a job for Newcastle. But the money that they got coming in and stuff, eventually he'll get replaced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's all that, if I'm being completely honest with you. But that's just my opinion. Did you guys only have wins at home so far before today? Nah, I think we've had wins away. It's not just been at home. Don't even start on Spurs. That club is dead as soon as Kane leaves. Bro, I want to chat to Deji tomorrow. A lot of Arsenal fans are getting way too excited about Mudryk. He is young and possibly going to the hardest league in the world. That's what I'm saying. He's a gamble. So I'm not overly gassing him up. Obviously, I'll take him over not taking no one, but I still, you know, there's still other players out there that I wouldn't mind going for, like Zaha. Do you know what I'm saying? I've said this before and I'll say it again. I would rather go for players that are balling in the Prem, like Paulinho, like Mudryk, like Ivan Toney, in January, because we need whoever's coming in January. At this moment in time, we need players that are able to affect our game and be able to be integrated and know the league now. Going for a Mudryk, he may need a year to be bedded in. He may need a year to get adjusted to this league. Why not just go get someone that's already doing it in this league? Unless it's like a special talent. I mean, and when you're going for someone like a Haaland, or you're going for someone like, then I understand it. But in general, why not go for someone that's already doing it at the league? We went for Zinchenko, and he was already balling at this league. We went for Jesus, he was already balling in this league. And look, we've been able to perform up until this point. So it shows. It shows that when we do that, it works. But when we go and get a Lukonga, when we go and get a Nuno Tavares, when we go and get a Fabio Vieira, when we go and get a Marquinhos, these men need time. If they ever will come good, they need time. You don't have time. In January, we're going for the league. We can't be carrying players. We need players that can do a job for us now. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. I look at it as simple as that. Edu will probably tell Arteta the solution is to recall Balogun from his loan deal. Bro, I'm not having... Listen, I think Balogun is doing very well over there in League 1. The last time I checked, he's on his loan, and just leave him be there. I still don't think the guy is ready to come to the Premier League and start performing in the Premier League now. I think just don't disturb his loan deal. Let's go and get a proven striker, because at the end of the day, I just don't think Balogun's the answer. up until Jesus is ready to come in. Newcastle did a good job neutralizing Saka and Martinelli. To be fair to them, they're your best attacking players. I think Saka was getting doubled up on. But Saka did very, very good. And at times he was skinning. He was skinning. He was skinning Burns. You know what I'm saying? Certain times he was skinning Burns, putting him on his ass. Do you know what I'm saying? But they will double up on him because they already know that he's a threat. He always looked dangerous when he was going forward, but ultimately he wasn't clinical enough, Saka, today. And that's a fact. He just wasn't clinical enough. So it is what it is. I'll take a draw at Newcastle, but you don't accept the draw at home. Nah, bruv. Nah, I want to win, man. We're going for the league. When you're going for the league, yeah, you need wins. I'm sorry. We need wins. I'm not saying it's the worst outcome. But when I'm seeing my club not performing for 90 minutes, when I'm seeing my manager not making changes and actually going for it, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I need more. You can't do that. And you can't be relying on VAR when everyone knows VAR is inconsistent, VAR is shit, and VAR most of the time don't get it right. You can't be relying on that. So for me, I'm sorry, man. Not good enough for me. We need to make a few signings. Most importantly, our bench was weak. However, it was a good game. No one really had a bad game. Newcastle, very good team, big, strong, and well organized. We need to sort out how weak our bench is. It's not good enough. And like I said, I've been calling this out. You know, if you're new to the channel, then I understand you know you're new to the channel. But anyone that's been watching me for a while will know that I've been calling out the fact that we don't have a clinical striker and we don't have a bench that's good enough. Why didn't we sort this out in the summer? Edu and Co need to earn their wages and bring in 4 players in. Bro, we're going to see exactly how serious this club is. I want to see exactly if this club has really changed. You know what I'm saying? They tell us relax. That's what I'm saying. It's hilarious, bro. Like, man saying about relax. My main issue is the striker position. Who is available and also good enough to truly help us? We could get a bot striker until the summer or a top striker like Osimhen or Dusan. Bro, we got João Felix. Yeah? If we didn't drag our feet, we could have at least tried to go for Rafael Leão. Do you know what I'm saying? We can go for Mitrovic. People might laugh, but at the end of the day, Mitrovic offers us something different to Jesus. Do you know what I'm saying? And you need that sometimes. And he's a goal scorer. So there are strikers out there that can do a job. Do you know what I'm saying? And then if we go and get another striker in the summer, cool, I don't care. But right now, we're going for the league title. I don't care about the summer. We do this all the time. When we're in the position to achieve something, we go, oh no, we don't want to panic buy. And then other teams go out there and get jobs done and look at them. Do you know what I'm saying? Prime example was Newcastle last season. They went into the January transfer window in a relegation situation. Go and get the players that they need, and they call out the relegation situation this season. They're up there with us. And how long has Eddie Howe been there? So I'm not hearing none of that. You know what I mean? Who could we get without playing stupid figures like 100 M's for the wrong striker? We need a striker, but I don't know who we can get. Who would you suggest, Northside? Like I said, I suggested a couple of names. João Felix is there. It's only about 10, 15 mil loan deal with the option to buy. That's one striker. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's strikers out there, bro. I'm not hearing none of this. I heard this kind of talk when it was the Leicester season, and then there was players out there, bro. So I'm not hearing all this chat about who can we get. And ultimately, I couldn't give a rat's ass about how much it costs us. Because guess what? If we win the Prem, if we spend our let's say we play over the odds. Over the odds. Let's say we play over the odds. Do you care if that ultimately gets us winning the Premier League? Because I don't. And in the next summer, we can shop for even better players because now we've just won the league. We've now got a young team that's got loads of good players. We've won the league. You now put yourself in the market for even better players. Let's keep it real. The better you do, the more upcoming players that are rated highly in Europe and top elite players want to come to your club. Mudryk wants to come to the club because we're performing. So why are we going to rest on our laurels? I don't care how much it costs. I don't even care if we overspend in January, it takes out the money from the summer. I don't care. We got the league that we're fighting for. We don't know. No one knows. No one is Nostradamus going to tell me it's a fact that we're going to be in a title race next season. Because Man United are coming up. They won today. Man United performed today. Newcastle are going to keep spending money. Do you know what I'm saying? Newcastle will try to come again, whether you think they are or not. Chelsea got a new manager. They're going to try and come again as well. Man City going to continue to spend money. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's no given that we're going to go for the league next season. I don't give a shit how much it costs. Get it done. I don't give a fuck. We've been penny pitching for 18 years. And where has it got me? A couple of FA Cups. I don't give a shit about FA Cup. I want to win the Champions League. I want to know how that feels. I want to win the Prem. And look, if I knew my bookery about, bro, this ain't Specsavers. This ain't Iceland. This ain't meal deal. This ain't Tesco meal deal. 2 for 1. 75% off. This ain't Black Friday. I don't give a shit about how much it costs this club. They take enough from the fucking fans. They always spinning out merchandise. They always want top money for tickets. I don't give a shit. Go out and get it done because we have the money. I don't understand why fans want to look at it. Oh, but it's going to be too. It's going to cost us. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? If we win the league, you ain't going to be telling me, oh, but the striker cost us 100. You wouldn't give a fuck. What's the prize money for winning the league? 100 mil something? So if you spend 100 and something mil, let's say you spend 120 mil to get a top striker. Okay, cool. You've made about 90% of that money, 85% of that money back. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Because I don't. I'm not having none of that. I'm sorry. I'm not having none of that, bruv. I'm not the Arsenal accountant. I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't give a fuck about the money, bruv. The club has the money. I don't care about all of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't give this club more excuses to not do what they should be doing in January. I'm not having none of that. Tierney has to play. He's much better than Zinchenko, 100%. Vieira should come in for Odegaard as well. Well, at the moment, the way Odegaard's playing, it was a drop-off today. He's been our best player of the season, but today was a drop-off. Can't lie, draw was a fair result for both sides. It was a gate game of chess between two informed teams. Listen, I do think it was a fair result in terms of we didn't play to deserve a win. But whether we played good for 90 minutes or not, both fouls in the box was a penalty to Arsenal. And at least one of them should have been given. At least. Both of them should have been given. But at least in the bare minimum, one of them. The fact 2 of them didn't get given is an absolute atrocity. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. That's all I'm saying. But yes, in 90 minutes, did Arsenal actually play good enough? How many clear-cut chances did we make? Did we score any goals from open play? We didn't really deserve to win. But that's irrelevant because by the letter of the law, you can't be pulling man down like that in the box. You can't be handballing the ball in the box and it not be like by the letter of the law, it's a pen. Like, so I get you, but I'm still annoyed. You know what I'm saying? It's just stressful, man. It's just stressful. Man United had a handball situation late in today's game as well. Difference is there were 2-3 goals up at that time, so don't care about a missed pen call. There you go. Exactly my point. They got the job done, so it kind of nullifies them not getting a pen that was deserved. Whether it was or was not deserved, I haven't seen it, but everyone keeps saying it is. This is what I'm saying, because they turned up for 90 minutes. We didn't. So we put ourselves at the mercy of VAR. VAR that we all know is fucking shit. It's so annoying, man. The next game we got is North London Derby on Sunday. We need to sign a midfielder. Bro, we need a midfielder. We need a striker. We need bare shit. Arteta was acting like a child, especially near the end of the game, especially with the scandalous comments. Surely should be fined. Well, if he was so rattled, why didn't he make some more substitutions? That's all I'm saying. If you care so much, why don't you throw the kitchen sink at him? I don't get it. Why not? If it means that much to you, why not do everything in your power? Your power is to make substitutions, change the game, give us a plan B, affect the game. See that the game ain't going our way and affect it. Take your so-called right players off the bench that you bought, put them on the field. You decided to buy them. No, that's not good enough. How long exactly are you lot missing Jesus for? They actually announced an actual time frame. Last time I heard was about 3 to 4 months, but around 3 months. So this is what I'm saying, man. It's mad. You know, we can be without him for time, bro. All well and good to bring in talented wingers, but doesn't discount the fact that a prolific number 9 is required. Big facts. VAR is fake. How on earth is that not a pen? Completely agree. Completely agree. Completely agree. I'm sorry, but you know, I don't like. I'm kind of torn because at one point it's our fault for not turning up. The players didn't turn up today. The manager didn't turn up today. But I cannot let it pass with those 2 pens, like stone cold pens, not be given. I can't. I can't sit here and say, oh, those weren't, because they were pens. I can't. I really can't. You know, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Listen, people, I'm going to put the link out one more time for anyone that may have just tuned in now, that may want to jump on and have their say. There's the link now. Make sure you have your camera and your mic on. And you can have your say. You can have your say. You lot should take a look at the striker at Watford, João Pedro. A very good, fast, clinical finisher. Only 30 mil as well. Listen, I think he's good, but once again, just like the Tarami comment, I just feel like there's better options out there. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a bad shout. I do actually think João Pedro is a decent winger. But I just think that there's better options. And for me, the better option is Zaha, in my opinion. But yeah, look, I've got like a little like spot on my lip. I got a spot on my lip. It's itchy. Arsenal pissed me off. Like it's all mad right now. It's all actually mad right now. My hair is a mess. I didn't even give a crap about doing my hair for this line sheet. Real talk, bro. I just put it back. You know what I mean? I just didn't even care. I just come on here real African style. I don't care right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just chilling that yard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even doing my hair for the live stream. Why should I bother? These players didn't turn up today. So why should I turn up with my hair looking crisp and that? Nah, Bundy's lot. You know what I mean? I need a trim and everything. I don't care right now. You know what I mean? Even though we didn't play to our level, I thought we were clearly the better side without being clinical. They were a tad negative, to be honest. Do you blame them? Do you blame them? I don't blame them. Look at our form. Our form has been the best in the league up until today. So it's kind of like they're going to be negative. This is normal. You know what I'm saying? This is to be expected. Did Arteta really think that everyone's just going to let us play through them? Like, I mean, come on. This happens to attacking teams all the time, and teams that are in form and teams that are competing to win major honor. They're going to do that. That's the prime way of stopping an attacking free-flowing team, like the way that we've been playing. So this is to be expected. But we should be prepared for that. Edu better get his checkbook out now and spend big, because we don't have another chance like this to win the league. Forget next season, we will not be in this position. Facts. Can't let this chance go by. As Northside alluded to, we ain't won the league in 2 decades. Next season will be more difficult. This is what I'm saying, man. Sign Mitrovic or Tony now. Exactly. If you want to go for the title, you need to strengthen then. Otherwise, you ain't making it. Facts. I've been saying it, bro. We ain't making it. We carry on like this, we ain't making it, bro. We ain't making it. We ain't winning nothing. I've been saying it. But all I kept saying the whole season, oh, look at our starting lineup, bro. A league is won by a squad. A league is won by a squad. Because I tell you what, I remember the season that Liverpool started getting injuries to their starting lineup. It all started crumbling. Because their bench players, they didn't buy a lot of players to their bench. And then the bench players were coming in, they weren't good enough to keep up with Man City. We will fall under the same thing. That season where Liverpool was getting mad injuries, touch wood, but that could happen to us. What are we going to do? We already saw almost a capitulation against Brighton. When we're bringing on El Nene, Tomiyasu, players like that. Not good enough. Not good enough. So what are we going to do? Start trying to be the Arsenal accountant saying, oh, we don't want to overspend. Fuck all of that. I'm not listening to none of that shit, bruv, about overspend. Is this your dad's money? Is this your mum's money? Is this your inheritance or something? Fuck all of that. The money's there to be spent. Spend it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want... listen, this is the thing I'm going to say. We spent... This manager was back. We spent money when he finished 8th. When he finished 8th again. When he finished 5th. Now in the title race, you're telling me, oh, we're going to watch the pennies. Leave me out. Leave me out of all of that. I'm not listening to none of that. Go and get it done this January. I'm not hearing none of that shit. Bro, I bet Xhaka was scaring you when he was playing most of the games on a yellow. Bruv, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking, bro, this guy is just is very close to reverting back to classic banter Jacker. But listen, he didn't play great today. But that chance he made for Nketiah, that was Nketiah's fault. You got a tough run this month. Also, watch out for Man United, bro. I've been saying Man United have been looking good, bro. Man United have been looking good under Ten Hag. I'm telling you. You got Rashford sourcing. He's got a lot of them players sourcing. I rate Anthony. You know what I mean? Martinez, a lot of people bantered him before they come with all this hype bullshit. Bruv, look at the way the guy's sourcing. You know what I'm saying? So Man United are coming back. And this is why, yeah, we have to act now because too many teams are on the rebuild and are starting to catch some momentum. We need to capitalize now. That's what we need to do. Eddie shouldn't be given overall control over players. Else he brings the likes of Vieira, Mari, Cedric, etc. All the players of his own agenda, of his own agent Mendes. The guy is shady. Best that you say it, bro, before I say it. Otherwise, I get in trouble. Bro, got to jump. Sorry, Arsenal let us down tonight. Take care. Thank you for the stream. Nah, no worries, bro. We're here. Arsenal Manic, big up, man. You're always here alongside with loads of you like that, always here. So big up, man. Big up to everyone hitting the like, subscribing. You know what I mean? Sharing the content. Bro, did you hear as well? Saka and Saliba are 1 yellow away from a 1 match ban each. Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that. So I was a bit worried tonight. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Big up to everyone for you know, coming in for the reaction. And ultimately, you know, it's points dropped. And when you're going for the league, it's not good enough. You need to win. You need to win every game. You need to win ugly. You need to find a different way. I've been saying that we needed to win. You know what I'm saying? And it's not been good enough. Listen, special guest day.
Yo, yo.
Yo. What do you make of this, Brandon, bro? Because I'm dying out here.
Yeah? I don't know. Mixed feelings on this one, bro. Mixed feelings. I think a draw is a fair result. I think in the end, the draw is a fair result. I think we didn't do enough to win the game. I think we lacked cutting edge tonight, definitely. I mean, when you look at the stats of the overall game, I mean, a lot of people will obviously talk about the refereeing decisions, and obviously that plays a factor. But, you know, I look at the stats, I wrote them down, right? 67% possession we had, 17 shots on goal, and only 4 on target. That is not enough to win a football match. And if we're being truthful, how many times did we actually test Nick Pope? But then at the same time, we'll talk about the referee, because that referee, mate, giving out yellow cards if he was breathing. Do you know what I mean? It's madness, absolute madness. And I get that it was for both teams, and I understand that. You know, he was consistently bad for both teams. But with the way that we play, it makes it very difficult for us to come out and impose ourselves in that second half, because when you've got Martin Odegaard and Granit Xhaka, and I believe Thomas Partey as well, all on yellow cards, you can't press as high as you want to and win the ball back in the final third, because all it takes is for one of them players, Granit Xhaka being a prime example, to make a little bit of a rash challenge trying to win the ball high up, and all of a sudden you're down to 10 men. So it became difficult from that sense, because ultimately we couldn't allow Newcastle to come on to us a little bit and then try and hit them on the counter and win the ball high up to open up the spaces. But then in saying that, I also think Mikel Arteta made the wrong substitution. I think that game was crying out for Kieran Tierney, because we was playing so much through the middle of the pitch that it was easy for Newcastle, and we needed the width. Now, if it was me, I understand he had to bring off Ben White. Ben White looked knackered, but I would have brought on Kieran Tierney. I would have took off Granit Xhaka. I would have allowed Zinchenko to stay in the midfield and control the midfield. And then I would have looked for Kieran Tierney to run beyond Martinelli to create, 1v1s. So maybe he can get his defender a little bit more. But Bukayo Saka and Martinelli both got doubled up on tonight. because we didn't have any overlapping fullbacks. At the same time, though, I also feel a bit for Mikel Arteta, because apart from bringing on Kieran Tierney, what did we have on the bench that could change the game? Absolutely nothing. And this is why, Northside, me and you, and to a degree, I suppose, Fuad has been saying it as well, we need to strengthen this window. We don't have any options. Gabriel Jesus is out injured, fair enough. Eddie Nketiah is doing a fairly decent enough job. You know, he scored in 2 of the last 3 games. So you can say he's doing a decent-ish job covering for him. But when it comes to bringing players off the bench, and when it comes to being in a tight game like we was tonight and needing to freshen it up a little bit, we got nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that Mudryk deal needs to get done ASAP. I mean, look, I don't know anything about the player. I don't watch the Ukrainian league. I don't know if he's worth £70 million. But at the end of the day, if he's going to give us another attacking option and someone who can come off the bench and make an impact, why not? Same with João Felix. Get him in the door. If Eddie Nketiah is not doing the business, you take him off, you bring on João Felix. All of a sudden, you're creating more fear into opposition. Do you know what I mean? And I think if you've got somebody like Mudryk, somebody like João Felix coming off that bench tonight, I think we win that game. Because let's be honest, we controlled the majority of it, and Newcastle didn't really do anything in the final third. But we just didn't finish our dinner. We didn't finish our chances. And the problem is now, it's a very important next 2 games. Very, very important. And I don't think people realise this. Yes, we're 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Could have been 10 points. Obviously, City have got to play their game against Chelsea on Thursday. I believe City will win that game. And I ain't too worried about Chelsea anyway. But if we lose to Spurs, and a lot of people are saying, "No, we won't lose to Spurs because Spurs are so dreadful this season." But they're also forgetting that we have a horrendous record away at Tottenham. Horrendous record away at Tottenham. So that's not going to be as easy of a game as what people think. We've also then got to play an informed Manchester United at our stadium. Again, not as much of an easy game as what people might think. If we happen to lose them 2 games, all of a sudden, Manchester City are overtaking us. Manchester United could well be a couple of points behind us. Newcastle could be a couple of points behind us. And then all of a sudden, we've gone from being in a title race and fans being confident that we're winning or going to win the league, to all of a sudden being dragged back into a top 4 race. And that is how much of a fine margin it is. Because I believe after that, we've got to play Everton. And then we've got to play Manchester City. So it's a very, very important month coming up. And we need strength in depth. If we don't get that strength in depth, forget title race, we could well be back in the top 4 race. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I agree with everything you just said, bro. And listen, as dreadful as Tottenham have been, if they have Romero back this week, they're able to nullify us in the way that Newcastle can. That's the type of manager that Conte is. He can shit his way out into a 0-0. A 0-0 for us when we're in a title challenge isn't good enough. Especially back-to-back 0-0s. We're in a title challenge. Man City ain't that far off of us. You know what I mean? We had the chance to be 10 points clear of them. And look, so at the end of the day, as bad as Spurs are, they could be more than happy to just get a 0-0. That's not good enough for us.
Well, let's think about it as well, right? Let's be honest. And I know Deji ain't going to like me saying this, but Spurs ain't doing nothing this season. I think ultimately most Tottenham fans and even Tottenham themselves have probably, reserved themselves to say, look at how many points they're behind Arsenal, Manchester City, even Manchester United right now. Yeah. And Man United have got game in hand as well. Let's be honest. I don't see Tottenham making the top 4 this season. I don't think they're going to do anything. I definitely don't think they're winning Champions League. I mean, Deji, man, like, sort your life out, bro. You're 45-minute FC. You just got slapped up by Aston Villa, and you think you could beat Real Madrid. Are you having a laugh? Do you know what I mean? But push that to one side. Tottenham are our neighbours, not our rivals, because I would never say they're our rivals because they don't win anything. But the point is they're our neighbours. What's the best thing that they can achieve this season? Fucking our season up. And literally, like you just said, they shithouse their way to a 0-0 draw, which is quite possible because, as you just said, Conte plays to a very similar way to how Newcastle played tonight. Sit deep, defend well, try and hit on the counter. If we draw against them, or even if they beat us, which ain't out the realms of possibility as well, because let's be honest, they've got Harry Kane, yeah, and Saliba's been a bit the past few games as well. Then all of a sudden, like I said, our season doesn't look as great as what it should look, because let's be honest, we have been the best side in the Premier League this season. We have played the best football this season. We deserve to be in a title race. But it's fine margins in the Premier League and it's fine margins in football. You start to lose a couple of games, drop a few points here and there where you shouldn't be dropping points, then that... Because at the moment, I don't necessarily feel like we've got a lot of pressure on us. Because even now, even though we're 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League, there's still not that many people that expect us to go on and win it. City are still technically the favourites in this. So we haven't got that added pressure. All of a sudden, you drop us a few points, you lose a few games, you haven't got the strength in depth to change games and that. You start to get dragged back into this top 4 race. All of a sudden, pressure's on. Because we look at last season and how we should have finished 4th, ended up finishing 5th. That's going to be in the back of the players' minds. And they're going to be thinking, well, fuck me, we're back in this position again. And then you don't know from there, Arsenal could bottle it again. So fine margins, mate, it really is.
100%. And the sad thing is for me today is that we left ourselves at the mercy of VAR. When we all know that VAR isn't great. And the game management today was poor. Nobody can tell me the game management today wasn't great. That was great. It wasn't. It wasn't great at all. It wasn't great. We're in a title challenge. Go for it. We're at home. Go for it. Like, all due respect to Newcastle, it's still only Newcastle. They haven't achieved anything. Yeah, they're doing very well. Go for it.
Can I just say as well, Martin Odegaard disappeared quicker than Nostradamus, mate. Like, gone. Second half. So teams are going to look at that now, right? And ultimately, Newcastle have kind of given a blueprint of how you play against this Arsenal side, in a way. Because, yeah, they didn't do much in the final third. Yeah, you could probably argue that they played for a draw. But they got their point. Do you know what I mean? They got their point. They didn't concede too many clear-cut chances. And like I say, with Martin Odegaard, teams are going to look at that now and go, right, okay, simple way of stopping this guy is we'll sit deep, we'll make sure he's got no space, but ultimately we'll make sure he makes a silly foul that gets him a booking. Because straight after he got that booking, he disappeared. Gone. And I didn't see him in that second half. Granit Xhaka, again, he's a player who's done very well for Arsenal this season. But as soon as he gets that yellow card, I don't know about you, mate, but I'm getting heart palpitations because I'm thinking, fuck me, don't do it again, mate, because I tell you now, you've got a reputation for this sort of thing and the referee won't hesitate to send you off. When you've got so many players on yellow cards, it makes it so difficult to play how we want to play. It really, really does. And then when you've got Eddie Nketiah up front, who I don't like to criticise the guy too much, but I thought he did well in spells tonight, but just ultimately not enough again. Not enough. He had the best chance of the game, I think. And, I don't think he did anything particularly wrong. I think, Pope, with the angle being tight as well, saved it quite well with his feet. And if you look at that chance, That's probably the only real clear-cut chance that we actually had. Apart from that, I can't really think of one, mate. And yeah, we'll go back to VAR. VAR, we can complain about VAR, but it's the same for every single team in the league. You get decisions that go against you, you get decisions that go for you. And that's how I look at that. I'd rather analyse our performance than analyse the referees and the VAR, because we already know it's shit. You know, you're going to get decisions, and you're going to get decisions that cost you as well. And for me, like a lot of people were talking about the handball at the end. I think that's harsh if you give a penalty for that. Very, very harsh. The guy, you know, it's close range. Granit Xhaka's hit the ball with a lot of pace. The guy's still got his arms reasonably by his side. He's turned his body to try and block it. I think if you give a penalty for that, then, you know, I don't know what's a penalty and what isn't anymore. However, the pull on the shirt on Gabriel, clear-cut penalty all day long. All day long. You can't manhandle a player like that. If that's anywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul. But we see the same thing in the World Cup with England. Harry Maguire got absolutely manhandled in the box, and VAR gave nothing. So I suppose in that sense, they're consistent, but they're getting things consistently wrong as well. So, you know, they're supposed to have made changes to this VAR over this World Cup period to make sure there's less mistakes and stuff like that. I see the same old shit happening. And it's not just for Arsenal either. So, yes, fans can have the right to complain about referees, and they have the right to complain about VAR. But too many fans go, well, it's the referee that cost us. Well, it's the VAR that cost us. And then they don't analyse our actual performance. Analyse how we performed in the game. We had 95 minutes to win that game, and we didn't do enough. It's that simple.
I think, you know what, for me, we're looking at this game, but what's the other result that we've had this season that hasn't gone favourably? You know, it wasn't the result that we wanted this season. Man United. And what did they do? They already set the blueprint on how to beat us. Sit deep, hit us on the counter. Sit deep, don't give us any space. Don't give Martinelli any space to run in behind. Don't give Saka any space to run in behind. Double up on both of them. Frustrate us. Break down our counter-attacks by just smashing us down. Get under our skin and hit us on the counter. And you may win, or you may get at least get a draw. But we're definitely not walking away with a win. And this manager on both games now hasn't had a plan B. Okay, we didn't win this game, but we also didn't get what we needed to get, which is 3 points. And when you're in a title challenge, you need to get 3 points. Even if you win ugly. If we win ugly, I'm not going to be complaining. 3 points is 3 points. But get the 3 points. Or at least show us that you can adapt to different situations. Because if we're going to kick on, let's say, you know, God willing, let's say we win the Premier League. What are we going to do in the Champions League? Because the Champions League, we're going to have games that are not going to go for us. We're going to have to change it up. We can't just always expect everything to go our way and just think we're just going to ride it out. We need to understand that the way we play football, a lot of opposition, and this is something that Mikel Arteta should have learned under Pep. When you play this, we had it under Arsene Wenger. Teams that play this way, that have the ball, that like to attack with pace, teams will sit deep. You need to find a way to break them down. You need a bench that can affect the game. You need players stepping up to the plate like Odegaard and giving us a bit of magic. Yes, I will give him the free kick that Gabriel almost scored. But other than that, what did he do? What did he do?
But can I ask as well, though? Like, what? I don't know if you'd have made any like different decision to what Mikel Arteta would have did tonight. I mean, I named about Kieran Tierney, but that's about the only one. I mean, obviously we have Fabio Vieira sitting on the bench. I mean, would you have brought him on?
Well, with the stinker Odegaard's bringing on, he can't do any worse.
No, I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, I don't think he would have affected the game in the way that, you know, we maybe think he would have done, because he's not quite the finished. Well, he's not nowhere near the finished article. Fabio Vieira, he plays in a very similar way to Martin Odegaard. And I just think if you'd have took Odegaard off and bring on Fabio Vieira, I think you would have seen very much the same thing. because they both like to play through the middle. They both like to. Do you know what I mean?
But at the same time, if you tell Fabi Vieira, I mean, it's up to the player ultimately if he's going to give his all or not, and to grab his chance by the scruff of the neck. Yeah, but I'd rather my manager to be proactive than just allow things to continue the way they are, because we could see that Odegaard was having. He wasn't doing anything. So if you know, at the end of the day, I can say, you know what? Okay, cool. I still don't know why you bought Fabi Vieira, because I don't think he's the answer. But you brought him on. You tell him, listen, you've got 40 minutes. You got half an hour to affect this game, and show me why you should be starting over Odegaard. Fight for your place. I've brought you in, and I've vouched for you. Now you need to show me and pay me back for the faith I've shown in you and the recruitment I've shown in you and bringing you into this team. You know, I agree with you that getting Tini in and having overlapping fullbacks would have released Saka and especially Martinelli a lot more on that left-hand side. I completely understand that. So that change should have also been made as well. But if Martinelli still wasn't playing well, get him off, put Marquinhos on. Because sometimes a hungry player will give you more than a player that feels like they just play week in, week out. You never know. You never know. None of us expected Odegaard to have the performances he's had up until this point in the Premier League. So, you know, these players are coming off the bench. I'll tell them, listen, Marquinhos, Fabi Vieira, this is your time to shine. You want to break into this team? This is when you grab it by the scruff of the neck and give me a headache for selection. Because if you don't, next match you're on the bench. Go and do it. Because at the end of the day, what I can't accept is Edu and Arteta always want to, you know, penny pinch and we're not going to panic buy and all this type of stuff. We want to get the right players. You bought these players in. You didn't inherit Marquinhos nor Fabi Vieira or Lokonga. You bought them in. So put them on then. Because you're telling us that if you bought them and you spent money on them, they're the right players. They're the players that you didn't panic buy to get, which is why you got them. So which one is it? The players that you buy is not a panic buy, or the players that some of the players you buy are panic buys? Well, I don't understand, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, why didn't we go and get another striker that gives us something different? I've been saying Mitrovic. In a game like today, Mitrovic would give us something different, even if we had a Jesus. You know, maybe in a game like this, Jesus still wouldn't have been able to work through, because we were trying to pass through Newcastle. We couldn't. You put a Mitrovic up there, all of a sudden you put Tini, like you said, as well on, and he can start spamming crosses into the box. You know, 3 times out of 5, he's going to score those chances. There you go, 1-0. You've won ugly, but you got the 3 points. That's what it takes to continue a title run, bro. And the fact that this club doesn't do it, to me, is disgusting. And people still come in, you know, I'm not bashing it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. People saying to me, oh, what kind of striker are you going to get? You really want to spend 100 mil? I don't give a fuck. We've been penny pinching for 19 years. I don't get, where's it got us? Who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit.
See, this is the other thing as well. I agree with what you just said there as well, because it's like João Felix. I don't know what he's going to offer us that's different. To be honest with you, great player, good player on his day, and I think he would fit the system really well. I think he would. But what's he going to offer us that's different to Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus? And this is why I've been one who's very advocated the signing of Ivan Toney. Like, even Mitrovic is a great shout, because again, they're players that offer you something different. You're right, you are right in that, and I do think Arsenal are making a mistake by not looking at a player that can offer something different to Gabriel Jesus, something different to Eddie Nketiah. But ultimately, you know, I don't know. We're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see what happens in this January transfer window. We're going to see what happens in the next couple of games. And if mistakes happen on the transfer front, then me and you and Lee and everybody else who talks realistically about this football club will be, you know, calling out these mistakes once again. So we'll have to see.
The last point I'm going to say about that, about having different strikers, when we look at Man United, in the past under Fergie, the proper Man United, they had Wayne Rooney, but they also had Van Persie. They also had Berbatov.
Hernandez.
A completely different striker to Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney could do things that he couldn't. He was faster. He can drop in deep. He can play as a 10. You remember when he was making more assists for Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? Two different types of strikers that offer you different things depending on how the game is going. You know, then you look at Pep Guardiola. Okay, Aguero's gone. He's got Haaland, that's an out-and-out striker that can't do the job that Aguero could do. But then he's got Julian Alvarez that can drop in and he can create things for the wide players, bring in the midfield, and he can also score. So you've almost got the best of both worlds. You've got two strikers that offer you different things that can affect different types of teams that you go up against, depending on what you need on the day or what's not working. Why are we going to go and get two strikers that I like? Listen, I'd still take João Felix over just staying over Eddie Nketiah, but I hate this notion of, oh, because the system works with a striker like Jesus, we have to stick to somebody like Jesus. No. There's different ways to skin a cat, and sometimes you need something different off the bench. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just how I look at it, bro. But ultimately, we're gonna see. Do you think we're gonna sign anyone? Just to end the stream. Do you see us signing anyone in January transfer window? And if so, who?
I think the Mudryk deal will get done. I think it will get done. We need to quicken up that deal, by the way, because apparently Chelsea are interested, and they're negotiating with Shakhtar as well. And we know for a fact that Chelsea will pay the money. So we need to maybe, stop being so tight on that one and just get that deal over the line. Because, again, as I said earlier, although I don't know much about the player, if he's going to offer us something else in terms of our attack, fine, why not? João Felix, I think that may possibly be a deal that could get done. However, if I'm thinking if he's coming to the Premier League, I think he'll probably end up going United instead. And the reason I say that is because they're absolutely crying out for a striker, any form of striker whatsoever. So they'll probably pay a little bit more money than what we will. But I think we're missing a trick, really. I mean, we're going to have to wait and see what we do, but I think we're missing a trick by not getting a midfielder. If we don't go and get a midfielder, Thomas Partey breaks down, we're in trouble, big trouble. We see that the other night against Brighton. Thomas Partey comes off the pitch, all of a sudden we concede 3 goals. We get opened up when we had full control of that game as well. So there's definitely problems that need addressing, because I don't believe that Lokonga can fill in for Thomas Partey at all. I think El Neni could do a job, but he's nowhere near the level of Thomas Partey. And then you've got the other issue as well. I mean, Saka don't get injured very much. Martinelli, the same. So Mudryk coming in makes sense because you've got an impact player off the bench. But it's like we was just discussing there. If I had the option between João Felix or Mitrovic. If I had the option between João Felix or Ivan Toney. And that's purely and simply because they offer us something different. So, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, Northside, aren't we? But we've seen it before. We made a massive mistake by not investing in January last season. It cost us in the end. And we'll see what happens this time. But I do think it is different this time because last season, they kept telling us, yeah, but the window's not open yet. Oh, we need time to find the right player. We need to do this, we need to do that. And ultimately, we ended up signing nobody. Whereas this time, we've gone a little bit early. We started negotiating with Shakhtar straight away. It looks like if that deal's going to get done with Mudryk, it's going to get done pretty soon. So I am seeing a little bit of a difference. But when you fork out £70 million on one player, that's the majority of your budget gone, really. So then it's like a case of, well, okay, who else can you get in? Because the only reason I see Arsenal looking at João Felix isn't because we want to sign him long term. It's because it's a short term deal. It's a loan. So is it going to be a case of, okay, we buy one player and then we look at doing loan deals like we normally do in January, because that's all I see us doing, mate. To be fair, you know, I think we'll get one player in on a permanent, and then I think it'll be loan deals, and that's it. Is that going to be enough to win us a league title? I don't think so. Is that going to be enough to keep us in the top 4? Quite possibly. But ultimately, when you're in this position, 8 points clear, 17 games played, you want to be fighting for a title, not fucking top 4. So we'll have to wait and see what this football club does, won't we?
Well, I mean, we will see. We will see. At the end of the day, I look at it like this. The more business you get done in January, the less business you do in the summer. So it's the same difference, really and truly. Yeah, you might pay a little bit more, but you can excuse that if you're going for the league. And even if you don't win the league, if we finish second, God forbid, obviously I want us to finish first, you still look more attractive. The reason Mudryk is even looking at us is because we look attractive at the moment. We're top of the league. We're flying high up until this game. It hasn't crashed. It's not all crashing yet, but we look attractive. When's the last time one of Europe's best young prospects was looking at Arsenal and pushing to come to Arsenal? Because I can't remember the last time that happened.
This is the other thing as well, though, Northside. How many times have we been in this, well, not in this position, but been in a position where we think, right, okay, we can push on now. And then every single time we've ended up being in a position by the end of the season where we've gone, oh, if only we'd done this. At least if Arsenal go out and invest that money, yeah, say we get a Mudryk and he doesn't settle into the Premier League straight away. You know, he doesn't happen to be 100% what we want. Let's say we get an Ivan Toney and we get a defensive midfielder who can cover for Thomas Partey like an Amrabat. I keep talking about this guy and nobody seems to be looking at him. I can't believe that after the World Cup that he just had. Do you know what I mean? Someone who you can pick up quite cheap as well. But let's say we get them 3 players and we don't win the league. At least we can sit here and say, well, Arsenal did everything that they possibly could to win the league title.
100.
Instead, I have that feeling that we're going to be sitting here in May going, well, if only we'd signed this player, if only we'd have done this. But it's the same old, isn't it?
There you go. Before we end the stream, what's your match prediction for the Spurs game?
Spurs. They're a funny team, aren't they? Tottenham. Because they look really good in certain parts of a game, but then they look really, really poor. Really poor. I mean, with the form that we're on and the form that they're on, we should be going there and comfortably winning. And when I say comfortably winning, I'm talking 3-1, 2-0, just comfortably winning and dominating that game. However, North London derbies, as we well know, form goes out the window. You record at that place, you can get a bit of a mental block, blah, blah, blah. Because we've seen it with Arsenal, where we've been down and out, and Tottenham have been in their golden era, scoring goals, sitting second in the league. We're absolutely getting smashed by everybody. We've got Mustafi at the back. And then all of a sudden, they come to our place or we go to their place and we get a result. So it's hard to sit here and predict that game, because I could sit here and say, right, well, based off form, we should be winning this game comfortably, 3-0, 4-0, absolutely slap them. But we both know that ain't going to happen. I have a funny, sneaky feeling that it's going to be another draw, mate. I've got a very sneaky feeling that you're looking at a 1-1, 2-2 draw. Maybe we sneak it 2-1, but I don't think it's going to be anything that most people expect it to be. So we'll see.
Listen, God willing, we continue in the form that we have. I mean, I have seen us show some strong mentality against West Ham in the second half. we've shown a different mentality against Brighton. Even when things got rocky, we still hung in there. So, you know, I'm going to still predict a 2-1. And hopefully we have turned a corner this season, that this team doesn't capitulate and we are able to win ugly. I'm looking at an ugly 2-1, but I think we should be able to do it. And that's just a little bit of goodwill, good faith, just based on what I've seen from Arsenal. My head is telling me a draw, but my heart is saying 2-1, just based off of our overall form. If we don't get what we need to do in January, I don't see us winning the league. I don't see us maintaining this form, and I see the wheels falling off. But we will see. That's a conversation for the end of the transfer window, and then we can assess.
Having said that, though, Northside, having said that, we're playing the Champions League winners elect, according to our friend Bedge. So maybe we shouldn't be writing Tottenham off as much as we are. They are the Champions League winners this year, you know, because Dedge can see into the future.
Tomorrow. Let's see what he's got to say tomorrow.
Call him Mystic Dedge.
Yeah, Mystic Dedge, yeah. Listen, hopefully you're available for tomorrow for the Rivals show. You're more than welcome to jump on, and we can rattle him some more because, yeah, he's got a lot of explaining to do after his result. And yes, we drew today, but ultimately we're still top of the league. We dropped some points, but we still managed to get a point. Yeah, we'll see what Mystic Dedge has got to say tomorrow on the Rivals show. And yeah, listen, people, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. For tomorrow, we got Mystic Meg, the Mystic Tottenham fan. That's going to be on tomorrow, and we'll see what other clickbait comments he's got for me. And yeah, and I can make even more clips of him. I think one of the clips that he had when he come up with the wild comment of I'm not sucking Arsenal balls or something. That one got like 2.6k views, more views than I got subs. So let him keep being delusional, bro. It's fun. It's fun. But Brandon, listen, love for jumping on. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And love people for the comments. And yeah, listen, Arsenal draw today, but we still stay top. Hopefully Chelsea can do a job for us against Man City and beat Man City this week. And we go from there. Without further ado, listen, we're out.